All right, we are here for some lunchtime sculpting, and some of you may remember about a week ago, I put some Dixie Belle Slick Stick on areas of this sculpture, and I let it cure for approximately a week. That's what happens when I try to scrape it off. As you can see, it's not coming off. It's solidly on there. And now I can go in with some colors. I don't have a lot of time, only a half an hour to do some painting on this, but I'm ready to get right to it. So I'm going in initially with some bronze and black. That's what I'm feeling. So we'll just get started. I use acrylic Artist Loft there, acrylic paint. So going in with some black, some bronze. This is Mars Black, bronze. I'm gonna go ahead and grab up a little burnt umber as well. And a little bit of primary red. I'm probably going to end up coming in with some yellow as well. We'll see. Let's see how these work out initially. So I'm mixing up a little bit of paint. You can't see that happening. It's outside of the camera range. For some reason, my lighting is crap today. But I'll figure it out. I'm just focusing on coverage right now. I probably will not have time during this little lunch break to really go in and blend, but I can take care of that when I get home tonight, so no worries. And again, all of this will get tightened up later, so don't judge harshly. It's just time to get old girl finished. I still don't have a name for her yet, so if any one of you guys, if this piece resonates with you and you think that you have the perfect name and you've already committed to it in your head, share it with me in the comments. I'd love to know. I'd love to hear it. Now, it's interesting because one thing that I've never delved into, examined, or experimented with is how does paint adhere to a matte surface? So I'm going to put a stroke in an inconspicuous place, right there. Right there. And I'm going to come back to that later on and see how easily that's able to be scraped off. I'm going to use my fingernail and see if that's if it adheres at all. I mean, I'm sure that, once you put the Mod Podge over it, which acts like a sealant, it's going to keep that from happening to a degree, but, at least with this paint is going on to a surface that's already been primed to receive the color and hopefully not go anywhere. I feel like I want to drop red in here. Let's see what happens with that blend. Dipping back into the gold. That's wrong. It's not gold, it's bronze. I'm sorry. It's still pretty transparent, so I'm going to, of course, have to go over all of that, but I'm actually liking the way that combination of colors is looking, so. I'm going to put a little water on the brush and just sort of edge that out. Then I think here I want to go in exactly the opposite direction. Now, it may look like I'm just painting directly onto the matte glaze, but I'm actually not. There's scattered matte. And I'm going to see if I can wipe away those areas. All of this is just to get a feel, because I'm going to have to do several layers for the coverage that I need. But I'd rather get a feel of it now before I start adding a second and third coat, as opposed to doing a second and third coat and then discovering that I don't like it at all. Because this will be much easier to paint over. So again, I just added some water to this brush so that I can just sort of soften up these areas, blend it out more, and see how it works with the Slick Stick regarding coverage. I told y'all before, there's always random stuff playing in my head. So right now, for some reason, on a loop is "On My Mama, on My Hood, I Look Fly." Yeah, it's just on a loop. It's crazy. And it wasn't like I was listening to that before I got home. It's just there. This coloring looks much better in front of me than it does in what you're seeing. So don't be alarmed. I really think that this color choice is going to work out just fine. All right, that's all I have time for. So we are calling it at 20 minutes. Clean the brush off real good. No real way for me to save this primary red that I scooped out. I really squeezed out rather way too much of the blue umber as well. Went through the black and bronze just fine. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna put a paper towel over it, a doubled up paper towel, and saturate it with water. And there's a slight chance that it may be still okay to use once I get home. I'm not really depending on that. At least it's not a color that I'm running mad low on, so that there's a lot of concern about how much I've just wasted. But, you know, we'll see how this holds up. So I'm going to put the light further away, do a quick spin. This is how far we've gotten so far. And again, this is just preliminary coating to see, you know, am I going to like what is happening? So I'm going to spray that really quick because it's been glazed. So it's protected and it's waterproof, but I want to see how much of this wipes away. And it wipes away fairly easily. So I know I can go in quickly if I overshoot when I'm painting and get that off of there. All right. So there we go. Let's do a 360. And I will catch you on the flip side when I get home from work. Peace.